This week on the podcast, we are going to grill Emma about event management and get her quick fire tips for planning the perfect event.
No judgment.
No judgment. All right, we good to
Okay,
go?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So I've got a whole list of categories
Okay.
here. And I want you to give us the first thing that comes to mind.
What if it's bad?
No, we're going helpful. We're going helpful today.
I'll have to remember that
All right?
program.
So, and I've kind of tried to put it in like sequence of where you'd probably book them from. Although, actually, no, I've put some a few bit further down.
Okay.
Anyway, biggest tip when you are choosing a venue.
Make sure you have enough space for your event, for the amount of people and activities, not so much activities or bands, just so you're taking into account everything.
Yep.
You've got enough space in the venue.
Cool. I put this option here because obviously some venues are obviously pre-built and others could just be a paddock and you got to go to a marquee. What would your tips be around if you had to go to a marquee?
Site visit, measure the site, then pick your marquee. Put flooring in your marquee as well.
Why is that?
Because you don't want people walking on grass,
Yeah.
even if it's a wedding, an event, or any kind of function. Putting a flooring in just brings that class level up.
Probably helps too if it rains.
I have done, just like divert, I've done a wedding before where it's been raining.
Yeah.
And I went on the way to, because I knew it was a marquee wedding with no floor, went on the way, bought a pair of gumboots for the wedding and did the wedding in mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Floor for a marquee.
Floor for a marquee.
Okay. This one, again, would probably be two-tiered with the marquee scenario because if you're doing a marquee, you probably don't have the typical resources you would have at a venue, such as maybe bathrooms and stuff like that. So event infrastructure, so Jenny's toilets, that sort
You've
of thing.
just answered me.
Oh,
It's like
well,
Jenny's,
yeah.
toilets, bathrooms, but if you're doing it in a paddock, making sure you've got flooring down between the marquee and all of that infrastructure as well.
Yeah, okay. Cool. That's ticked our venue boxes, done.
Yeah, done.
Catering.
Catering. Choose the right catering for the event that you're hosting. So if you're doing a cocktail style event, obviously canapes, roving canapes, and making sure you've got substantial canapes with your caterers. And then sit down, making sure that you have enough time in your event to eat the 3 courses that you've got planned for that event.
Cool. Okay, bar.
Bar. Making sure the alcohol's good. No, I'm just kidding.
What if you don't drink?
I nearly said something really. You're boring? No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
For those who playing at home,
Hey, mum and dad.
don't even. For those playing at home, Jimmy doesn't drink. I like an occasional
She
beverage,
loves a drink.
but I have been much better of late, as you can see from my face. No, when it comes to a bar, get experienced bar staff
Yep.
to run your event.
Yep.
And those people will also give you tips around if you're purchasing, say it's a DIY wedding or an event, how much you actually need to purchase for the people attending. So
Yep.
really quick example, Memory Lane, who we work with all the time, have a spreadsheet that you can actually put data into
Yeah.
and it spits out exactly how much beer, wine, soft drink, even male to female, like it's very intricate. So
Yeah.
booking a company like Memory Lane, who are amazing, they will have those little tips and tricks that you can use.
You know what my number one tip is for the bar?
I was going to say solo, but you've changed that now.
I don't drink it as much,
No.
no. But make sure you actually have a non-alcoholic option
Oh
for your,
yeah, so that's
for your
that's,
event.
that's really big now. So even non-alcoholic beers
Yeah.
are a huge thing. So events that we've done what I've done of late, people going, I don't drink anymore, but I'd really love a beer. Do you have non-alcoholic beers?
Or even if you just like got a drink on arrival, having a non-alcoholic, like an orange juice.
Definitely.
We've seen that happen a couple of times.
I won't name where.
No, we won't.
No.
But people will probably know.
I'm trying to think. I know one in Sydney,
Yeah.
but
Cool. Styling.
styling.
What would you say styling covers, just so for those people? Because styling can be very broad.
You can look at styling from just your table decorations,
Yeah.
but then it can grow from just your tables to the walls, the backdrops, what's on stage. So styling for even a panel discussion could be as simple as a few really nice chairs and a beautiful floral display,
Yep.
right up until entries of marquees, which we did for an event with Sparked. So it could be anything from the ground up that looks pretty,
Yep.
not including lights.
So number one tip with it.
Number one tip is look at your event, plan what you want it to look like, so theming, and go to a styling company that has experience in that and get them to assist you with designing that.
Yeah, cool. Audio visual production.
Oh God, I'm throwing this one to you.
No, I want to hear your tips.
My tips.
Yeah. Book a good company.
Book a really good AV company that know what they're doing. I'm going biggest tip, TVs over projectors. That is probably, and sound that sits well within your venue, covers your venue.
Yeah, cool. Entertainment.
Oh, I nearly swore then. Talent is so important for your event. So again, it could come down to, have you got a theme for your event, and picking talent that fits within that theming.
Yeah.
But making sure that you look at the talent that you're booking, like via video, or go and see them live before you book. So make sure you've got videos or an example. And another tip that I look for when I'm booking talent is videos that are live over produced videos. So everyone sounds great produced, but if you can find live footage, or as I said, go and see that band live before you book them, that is probably my number one tip.
Yeah, don't be fooled by that overproduced promo video, because it's probably been overdubbed and recorded 3 times. So, cool. Event staff on the day.
Make sure you have enough for every single aspect of your event. So bump in, bump out, particular jobs. So if you're looking at your run sheet, an example of that is an awards night. So you might need someone that is talking to AV, and then someone that's running the stage. So just making sure you have enough event staff to cover all the jobs that need to be done on that day.
Cool. Run sheet.
Have one. That is my biggest tip, is have a run sheet. And have the run sheet not just for the event time, have the run sheet for your bump in, your sound checks, your technical rehearsal, then go into your event and add on a bit of bump out time as well, so you can let the venue know or your client know what time that you'll be leaving.
Cool. On the day, tip.
Just give me a little bit more context.
Like, what would you, what would be your tip to someone that's like how to maybe approach on the day, what to expect on the day of the event?
Expect the unexpected on the day. Being able to, I think a really good event planner or a really good event manager is, and I was talking to one of my staff about this the other day, is having someone that is cool and calm under pressure and that can make decisions on your behalf and be comfortable with that decision. And then if it doesn't work, being okay with
the result.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where an experienced event manager comes into play, because I would say 90%, 99% of the time they've already come across that
Yeah.
in their event planning process or event management on the day.
It's sorted before the client
Yeah.
even knows.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. All right. And post-event tip.
Post-event tip. I'm trying to think. Make sure you... I mean, I always love to do a follow-up with my clients. I think that's really important to find out some feedback, whether it's good,
Yeah.
bad, or ugly, because that kind of sets the scene for the next time that you work with that client. So that if you're not touching base with them after the event, just to say, hey, had a great time. Is there anything that, that you could give us as feedback that we know for next time? Because then it's kind of opening the conversation that if they did have an issue with a particular area of your event that you ran for them, then they have that opportunity to give that feedback. So I reckon contacting clients after.
I'd probably say even getting feedback from all levels. So your suppliers,
Everyone. Yep.
your guests, maybe the stakeholders,
Yeah.
because everyone's going to have a different interpretation.
Yeah, true. Oh, 100%. Definitely.
So, yeah, cool.
That was good. I actually liked that. That was fun.
There you go.
Short and sharp.
Well, there's some tips for planning your next event.
That's gold tips too.
They're Emma's gold tips right there.
But I think they're really important to consider, especially if you're planning an event without an event manager. They're the things that I would say that you need to consider.
I mean, all these things we've come across sometimes from experience, sometimes they've been told to us. So, but it's always that, if you've got, it's better to have more information and be armed with that information.
And be prepared for the unexpected.
And be prepared. And plan as early as possible.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, cool. There you go. Event planning tips with Emma. We'll see you next time.
See ya.